It's Luke and Naomi.
It is Luke and Naomi. I'm Luke Austin. That is Naomi Lynn. It is episode 118. Hello.
We're back.
We are back. So, again, I'm Luke Austin. That's Naomi Lynn. I've seen a ton of movies. Naomi has...
Not.
She's working on it, though.
I'm getting there.
If you've seen a lot of movies, too, you're going to relive them through Naomi's eyes. Your first watch through Naomi's eyes. You've never seen a movie either. Naomi's going to tell you if you should.
That's right.
If she thinks you should. That's the most important part because Hocus Pocus was a fiasco.
Yeah, I'm going to repost that on our Facebook page. So if you have not seen or heard that review, Hocus Pocus was one of the first reviews I did. And I don't get what the hype about that movie is because it was not good.
It's worth a listen just to get riled up real good.
That's fine.
And,
yeah.
you know, a fun way to get riled up. How about that?
If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But, you know, I really do think that movie is quite overrated.
So we're going to find out about how Naomi feels about this. Is Spinal Tap coming up in just a little bit. But if you're new to Luke and Naomi on air and the podcast, we used to have a morning radio show.
That's right.
And we absolutely loved that. And we like to do a little bit of that before we jump into our review, our Under a Rock review, as we call it. So we've got a bunch of things going on. We've had a bunch of things going on. Naomi said, we're back.
We're back.
It has been how long?
4 months.
I just was like, yeah, it has been a minute. I thought it was still weeks. I didn't realize we were in that many months.
Yeah, we hit the months, which was not our original plan, of course. You know, we wanted to get back to this as soon as possible, but, you know, life happens. Things happen. We moved, which was the big thing, you know, so
that was the big thing.
Tearing down the studio, rebuilding the studio, all that. During that time as well, there was a career change. So getting into a new schedule, you know, new work hours and things like that. Of course, that takes a couple of weeks to a couple of months to get used to as well.
All new routine, new, I mean, everything because of the new place and the new job. It was like a complete overhaul of like of our day-to-day.
Exactly.
So we had to figure out how to actually have a day-to-day and then, you know, get all adjusted to that and then get back to the show. So
that's right.
Did you want to tell everybody what you're into now? I mean, you're excited about it. It's fun. You're very happy.
Yeah, I absolutely love my job now. I work for a credit union, and I work on like the finance side of things, loans and things like that. It's really exciting, and I get to help people reach their like financial goals, which is really, really exciting.
And if you've ever met Naomi personally and spent any time with her at all, you've inevitably wound up talking about, you know, finances or something like that because she loves it so much. It's like,
yeah,
I think it's the most passionate I've seen you about anything other than like radio as far as, you know, work wise.
Yeah, it's money. You know, let's cut to the chase there.
Excellent.
It's money.
It is. So
but it's
great.
also like budgeting and saving money and finding ways to make your money work for you and things like that. So now I am in a job that allows me to do that all day, which is just fantastic.
I know. She comes home very excited, but, you know, also exhausted because a lot of different information than just yakking behind a microphone and you know, scheduling music and things like that. So
yeah.
That's what my note that I have from last episode. So I've kept the same sheet. I usually keep the same sheet for our show rundown. And the last note I had was moving / off a couple of weeks. And
It was a couple of weeks.
It was a couple few, yes.
It was a couple more than we expected. But yeah, like 16 weeks is a couple of weeks.
That's a couple couples.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what's been going on with us. In the meantime, though, we have been working on a couple of things behind the scenes a little bit. Again, we had to get the studio reset. We've got some cool plans coming up for the actual show. Mm-hmm. And it is, what day is it? October?
Yeah, we are in October.
We're in October, so we're thinking ahead to the end of the year. Naomi's favorite holiday is New Year's, and if you've been with us right along, you know the last few years we've done our Not So Polar Plunge.
It's still a polar plunge.
It's still a polar plunge.
It's still cold.
It just because it's cold. It's not because, you know, then we run into the people from up north and people who've done this in like mountain lakes, and you know, it's embarrassing to go, yeah, I've done a polar plunge in 55-degree water.
I think it's still a polar plunge,
And
and
then
I
gotten
stand
out
by
and
that.
it's 70 degrees and sunshiny. These
Well,
people
that's
are
the
doing
best
this
part,
in the
yeah.
snow. They're cutting holes in ice. That is a polar plunge.
That's just psychotic. That's the difference.
That is the so see. This is why they earn that. We can't.
That's fine.
We can't
Okay,
take that.
that's fine.
We can't take this. So
Yeah.
the Not So Polar Plunge is coming up in 2026. In the last few years, because of the polar plunge starting for, I believe it's Special Olympics and all the fine money they do, we decided if we're going to kind of do our own, we were encouraging people the last few years to jump into a charity that,
They like.
you like.
you
Hey,
know,
if you're going to
yeah.
do this with us, in your own little satellite location, even if it's just like taking a cold shower or something like that on New Year's Day, donate a couple of bucks to a charity. And of course, our favorite charities over the years, the Alzheimer's Association, the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
That's a big one, yeah. Muscular Dystrophy Association is a big one.
That one. And we found a new one. Last year in our excursion to Dominican Republic, we found the coolest people who do the coolest things. It is one of the neatest things I've ever seen.
Okay. Oh.
And we want to kind of bring them into our charity fold, I guess. That's they're our kind of new charity focus. So are very excited to tell you about Caribbean Surf Connection
That's right.
and all of the wonderful things they do. So big shout out to Jorge, who started all of this.
Yeah.
And he's the one who told us about it and all the great stuff they do. So I'm just going to kind of like read a little bit of their vision and some of the cool stuff they do. It's to create a vibrant and inclusive community that empowers children in Dominican Republic through the transformative power of surfing.
That's right.
They get these kids who are in like the inner city of DR, and they teach them how to surf and how to judge surfing and help them, grow in that and become something really cool in the community of surfing.
And it also gives them, an activity. It's something to do. It keeps kids from, getting into trouble and doing things because there's nothing to do, So it's really cool that the work that they're doing, and they have a whole bunch of different like programs with it and everything. So we're really excited to partner with them on this.
That's right. They teach kids like job skills for the future and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And another thing that they do through the Caribbean Surf Connection is the Surfers for Autism, which helps get autistic kids from all over the world involved in surfing. And it is just a super cool thing, and we are very excited to tell everybody about it. And, check them out online. We're going to have links everywhere.
And we're going to have more information in the coming weeks about them and everything. Absolutely.
Yes, for sure. So as we get closer to the Not So Polar Plunge, we're going to tell you a little bit more about the Caribbean Surf Connection and Surfers for Autism. And this is super cool. We're very excited, and we hope you check it out.
That's right.
Anything you wanted to get in on that? I know I've just been, kind of dominating this whole time. So
No. The big thing is, our tie with the Not So Polar Plunge is we are going to raise money for this charity, and we'll have details on that coming soon. And some special things, special bonuses for if you do decide to donate and everything like that. And maybe even a possibility of Luke having to do something he may not want to do.
now that's all new to me.
No,
that
it's
part.
not.
I don't
No,
know
it's
anything
fine.
about that, but I'm here for it, especially for a cause like this. It'll be fantastic. So that'll be awesome. And now we're going to jump back into our other part of the show that we were just talking about, our what we like to affectionately refer to as the morning show.
That's right.
Our goofy stuff of the week. But first, it is time for your recurrent dose of Did You Know? I have some random facts for episode 118. Big shout out to me for remembering the recurrent dose of Did You Know? Can you hear that?
Yes, I can.
So,
Absolutely.
new studio. I have no idea where I am. The floor is like hardwood, and
And he's just sliding all over the place and has slid into the blinds like 8 times. So anytime you hear that weird like ticking noise in the background, that's Luke hitting the blinds.
Yeah, it is driving Naomi nuts. I can just see the side eye.
Oh, yeah, it's there. It's there so bad. But I didn't want to interrupt you. You were talking about something very important, and I'm not going to be like, hey, stop what you're doing.
What's the meme with the cartoon character and the fist?
Yeah, that's basically how I'm feeling right now.
I'm getting hit after this. That's what's
Yeah.
happening. So here is your recurrent dose of Did You Know? Some random facts for 118. Did you know at least 70% of the world has brown eyes?
I didn't realize it was that much, but I figured it was more than 50%.
And only 2%, like my lovely wife, have green eyes.
That's right.
How about that? I started to panic a little bit, like, oh my God, it is green, right?
Oh my gosh, I forgot the color of her eyes. Now I'm in trouble. It was an X. Ugh.
Did you know in 2001 A Space Odyssey, the computer's name is HAL, H-A-L. And apparently there's this conspiracy theory that all three of those letters are just one letter away from IBM. So it was supposed to be like, at the time, I guess IBM was not whoever makes ChatGPT.
I get that, though, because remember on Jeopardy when they had the IBM computer
Oh, that's right.
I do remember that. So I could see that being a thing.
Of course you remember that. You're terrified of AI. I've completely blocked that out.
No, I remember that. It's probably where the fear started, let's be honest.
By the way, shout out to everybody who answered our question the other day on the social media page. We were asking if you would want a robot, butler, or maid. And I'm really stupid for phrasing it that way because some people thought it was like pick one, butler or maid. I just want to know if you would want one.
Right.
And shout out to all the people who answered that. That was a lot of fun. That we had over on Luke and Naomi on air on Facebook. All right,
That's
continuing with this stuff. Did you know in the years between the Chicago Cubs' most recent World Series wins, that would be 1908 and 2016, Arizona became a state, got a Major League Baseball team, they won a World Series.
Okay.
All in between there. How about that? Did you know that Linus from Peanuts was named after a Charles Schultz classmate? His name was actually Linus.
Okay.
And that Linus may not have had a security blanket, but he was the first person to see a sketch of the character ever.
Okay, cool.
Which is super cool. Hey, look, this is me making fun of you. Now I'm going to
That's
make money
right.
off this. No, they remained friends until Charles passed in 2000. They met for coffee at Snoopy's home ice skating rink in Santa Rosa, California all the time. How about
That's
that?
kind of cute.
And finally, did you know when Ian Fleming finished his first James Bond novel, he celebrated by buying himself a gold-plated typewriter.
Fancy.
Fancy schmancy, right?
Yeah.
That's what you do, though, if you're making James Bond.
Well, if you're rich, you can do whatever the hell you want.
That's right.
You know.
Gold-plated typewriter and rocket car. Mm-hmm. All right, so speaking of the, I'm going to get punched for keep smacking into the into the blinds here. Continue our little morning show segment of the podcast. This story is just awesome, and I ran into it. Wow, is that? I just thought it was. All right, I'm really not paying attention to that at all. This is driving me crazy. So it's picking up in my microphone into your headphones, and I'm just getting the look every 10 seconds.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to slide this way.
That's probably a good idea.
So I ran into this story over the summer, and I had to write it down because it is the most uncanny, ridiculous story, and it just gets worse and goofier. All right. So a guy in France made the news after he went on a road trip with his wife, and he forgot her at a gas station.
Okay.
All right, your initial reaction to that?
It's more of like, I remember somebody else doing this too.
I feel like we had one of these stories way back in the day when we were in New Mexico.
Is that what it was? Because I feel like we've done this on the podcast.
It could have been on the podcast too. We've been doing everything for years. So we may have had a similar story.
So
this is not that story.
Every couple of months, some guy leaves his wife at a gas station and makes national news over it. That sucks. It's a lot of guys forgetting their wives.
It is. That's a little too many.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's the only two we know about. So they haven't released the guy's name, probably for his own protection. Right?
Safety, yeah.
62-year-old man, his wife is 60. He didn't realize he left her at the gas station for 200 miles.
200 miles?
200 miles. Now your thoughts continue.
It's a lot of hours. I'm trying to do the math, and I'm just not that good at doing the math in my head. But I'm like, okay, 120 miles would be, 2 hours about. So we're talking more than that.
So
that's a lot.
He pulled into a gas station around 4:30 in the morning, apparently to fuel up. Then he left without her and didn't realize for 186 miles. 4:30 in the morning, he called the cops at 8:30 in the morning to report it.
Why'd he wait so long?
Right? How do you... So there's a kicker to this story.
Did he drive back looking for her or something? Because... That's a lot of time there.
There's an amazing kicker to this story, and I've just been back pocketing it for the whole time because, like, the setup now, you're like, what the hell's his problem? What took him so long? How the hell do you not realize?
Yeah.
Especially when their 22-year-old daughter was in the car, too.
So the daughter didn't say anything?
Neither one of them and I love how this is all pinned on the man. Like, he did it. The daughter was there, too.
And didn't say anything.
And said nothing.
So this may not have been an accident.
You know? So they left Paris for Morocco. It was a Friday night, and they left late to beat traffic. We know how that goes. We do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's about a 27-hour drive.
Okay.
The whole thing. They made several stops during the first leg, I guess, pre-leaving mom at the gas station.
Yeah. That's second leg.
So nobody knows, like, if she was sleeping in the back and, like, got out to use the restroom and he didn't realize, like, maybe the daughter was sleeping too. It's 4:30 in the morning.
I feel like they would have told us that, though, because, you know, you'd want to be able to say, oh, no, don't blame it on the guy. Like, this is what happened. They didn't mention anything like that, so I'm guessing that was not the case.
So they say the daughter was sleeping apparently the whole time, which I find to be nonsense. Like, you can't sleep that hard for that long in a car. I can't, anyway. I've never been able to sleep that soundly and just obliviously in a car.
I would try to if I've got a 27-hour car ride.
I would try to also, but it's futile for me. So, you know, I'm just kind of projecting that on her.
Onto everybody else. Nobody else can do that because I can't.
Exactly. I don't believe it. So the dude, by the way, could not remember what gas station he stopped at, what city it's in. Again, this was somewhere in France, so I don't know how their cities and gas stations work, and presumably they're not rest stops like ours. You know, like a freeway stop, you know? So
I don't know.
So also no word on why she didn't call him. She had her phone on her.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it turned out she just sat there for 4 hours. And I think that's why. She was just like, I'm not calling him. Why would I call him? He's going to figure this out when he comes back.
Maybe she was kind of curious how long it was going to take. Because, I mean, part of me would be curious, too. I'd want to time you. How long is it going to take him to know that I'm not in the vehicle?
That's insane.
4 hours, apparently.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And the daughter, too. So there you go. Cops thought there was a chance he left her there on purpose, but they decided it was an honest mistake. He's not in any legal trouble, just has to deal with the rest of that vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact of the world now knowing this story.
The way the story ends, too, is really funny because it says, just very simply, he swung back, picked her up, and they continued on with their vacation.
Oh, yeah. Just keep going, you know?
Sure they did.
Yep.
Sure they just continued on
Yep.
with their vacation. So there you go. That's a little bit of the morning show, our little fun stuff we like to do before we get into Naomi's Under a Rock review. But are you ready? Are you ready to knock the rust off? Are you good?
We're about to find out.
Let's find out. We're going to crank it up to 11. Here we go. It is time for Naomi's Under a Rock review of This Is Spinal Tap.
So is that the actual name of the movie,
Yes.
not Spinal Tap?
It's a fake documentary. So then, This is Spinal Tap.
Okay.
Like, whatever. I don't have a good one loaded up, but
I just assumed the name of the movie was Spinal Tap.
Well, of
I
course.
forget This Is part of
it's
it. But
one of
okay.
those movies,
That's fine.
like E.T. the Extraterrestrials, the real name.
Yeah, that's true. And you're not going to actually call it that.
Of course.
You call it E.T. Okay, got it. All right, so we've got a guy who loved this band, Spinal Tap, so much. Heard that they were coming to the U.S., so he decides he wants to do a documentary about the band.
Saw him at the Electric Banana, by the way. I don't know if you wrote that down.
I did not write down Electric Banana.
I love the Electric Banana. It's just, that's...
It's fitting for the movie.
I've got to open up a club now before I die and call it the Electric
Banana. Yeah, I love it.
It's ridiculous.
So it starts like a documentary would, interviewing crazy fans, some that don't make a lot of sense, probably because they're all strung out. And then we hear the band playing music at a show, all that. They set the scene very well. The director sits down and interviews the band. The usual questions. When did you form? We find out, the 10 old names they used to have.
Love that.
Like the Originals, but they had to change it because there was another band called the Originals. Yeah, very, very clever there.
Love the, that's why I like the whole thing in Parks and Rec where Chris Pratt's band and all the different names he goes through. And
Yeah, that's what it kind of
stuff.
reminded me of. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is like a slight homage too.
Then he's asking questions about past
Well, we're talking
band
about
members.
Spinal Tap. Of course, that's the homage.
I still feel like you have to say that. The homage to
I thought
Spinal
it was
Tap.
implied. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Rusty.
Very rusty. You can hear it squeaking and everything.
That's right. And the blinds banging in the background.
Yep, there you go. Then he's asking questions about past band members and like the drummers that all passed away because apparently every single one of their drummers has died.
All of them.
But it's so goofy because it sounds like they're making this stuff up on the spot. He choked on vomit. It was someone else's vomit. You can't dust for vomit. Like, what the heck? Like, each time it just kept getting more and more out there.
I've forgotten more lines from that movie than, I remember. Of course, there's just so many stupid, just little things.
At this point, I'm kind of hoping, like, the whole movie is like this. So at this point, it looks like they're not the big rock stars that they think they are. So the director goes over some of the bad reviews they've gotten. On their North American tour, Boston gets canceled, and I'm sure more shows are going to end up getting canceled. There's controversy with the album cover that has stopped the release of their latest album. Oh, and their hospitality suite. Oh, that's my favorite. There's a sign, and it looks like someone just wrote it up really quick, and it's in like a hotel conference room or something. It's nothing special. It's like probably that they're old news. And then they're doing a show in Chapel Hill, and Nigel, one of the bandmates, is flipping out because the deli tray backstage has bread that's too small for the meat pieces provided. I mean, it's a whole thing for like 5 minutes.
You could just fold it. Well, then it just breaks all apart. It's all crumbly.
No, don't fold the bread, fold the meat.
So great.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, yes, sir, it does. At this point, I'm thinking, this movie is really goofy, but I'm pleasantly entertained by it, so I'm okay. It just keeps getting worse, though. So they check into a hotel, but there's not enough rooms for them. Their gig is canceled again, and then they run into some guy called the Duke or something like that. He sold out some huge arena. At this point, I'm actually starting to feel bad for these guys. We've got stage malfunctions where a bandmate gets stuck in this egg-looking cocoon set piece.
That's so funny.
They've compromised on the album cover since the last one was so controversial. So it's it's all black.
It's all black. Which, they're like, black, that's, no way. And it's funny because after that, Metallica did the Black Album. Right?
Yeah.
It has to be afterwards. But, they didn't put anything on the album cover. It was just black. Not even the name.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because they're like, well, the Beatles just did the White Album, and look at that.
It's just so goofy. Awesome. And it seems like this turning point that the manager said they were heading at, they're heading the wrong way. And it just keeps getting worse. They have an autograph signing at this record store. No one shows up. This point, I'm guessing, is this the end of Spinal Tap here?
I love it.
I legit feel bad for these guys. And then the manager ends up quitting after making a mistake. But honestly...
Stonehenge.
Well, listen, they asked a lot of him. And he's always doing all this stuff for them, and they take him for granted and everything. He gets in a fight with one of the bandmates' girlfriends, who wants to co-manage the band.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's
the Yoko Ono,
Yeah, he's basically like, F this, I'm out. And I don't blame him at this point. They're heading for disaster. Get off the bus. So now Girlfriend McGee is getting the tickets
Girlfriend
and
McGee, all right.
schedule and taking care of the band. I could not stand her. They did such a great job of making her like the worst. Yeah. So she's now taking care of the band. She's really obsessed with zodiac signs and all that. So she's all over the place going, oh, the sun is in the third house of Taurus, so it's going to be rough for us, but we'll make it through. And this is going to happen for this. And it's like, girl, shut up and schedule the shows.
I love your focal point for this movie is the Yoko. It's great.
Yeah, I could not stand her. So now this is their fearless leader. Great. The fearless leader then has them perform at an army base. after their Seattle gig gets canceled. And of course, it's not like the music the military was expecting to wind down with.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was their wind down mixer.
Yeah, and it was a huge embarrassment. People were plugging their ears. To make matters worse, Nigel has this wireless guitar, and the radio pack attached to it starts picking up like radio signals, like a PA thing
just
going
the PA
off.
broadcast or something like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So in frustration, he ends up slamming his guitar down and leaves right in the middle of the song, and that's it. He's done. He quits. Gone. Goodbye.
Over.
Like, this whole movie is like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Everything is like falling apart so horrifically, but I can't look away.
It's awesome.
I have to keep watching it. Next stop takes the band to a fair where they're listed under a puppet show, which was absolutely hilarious. Probably one of my favorite things in the whole freaking movie. Just ouch. Like, that's
It's
when
great.
you know you've really fallen, right?
It is, yeah.
There's a puppet show.
The puppet show. Oh, and
then
Spinal Tap's
Tap.
here too, I guess.
Yeah. And since
Maybe.
Nigel is gone, they cut out a bunch of his songs, so then they don't really have, like, a lot of music
What did
left.
they say at one point? Derek's like, I think that gives us 11 minutes.
Yeah, 10 or 11 minutes, something like that.
That's great.
So they end up doing this free-form jazzy thing, and nobody likes it. This point where, you know, this is the end. Call it time of death, you know, goodbye, Spinal Tap.
The jazz thing.
It was so
It's
bad.
oh my God, it's great.
So it's their last show, and the band is backstage when Nigel appears. Of course, they're like, what, you come to watch the show, all that? And he's like, well, yeah. He's like, also, apparently their song Sex Farm is such a huge hit in Japan, and their old manager wants to know if they'd be interested in touring in Japan. You don't really get an answer. It almost seems like they're kind of blowing him off there, but not 100%. So then the band heads out on stage. Nigel is standing in like the wing of the stage when they kind of motion him to join back up on stage, and he does. So yay, we've got the band back together.
That's
you
right.
know, everything can be happily ever after.
Right? They're going to go tour in Japan. The girlfriend can't come because it's Japan, presumably. Like, that's the kind of feel you get, right?
You just, you know, everything's going to work out. And just like that, we do see the band playing bigger shows in Japan. The old manager is back. All is right in the Spinal Tap world.
All is right in the Spinal Tap world.
Which I will say, though, like, that movie was, what, like an hour and a half long?
Hour and 22, I think, is the runtime.
Yeah, but the actual, like, storyline is probably about 10 minutes long.
Oh, yeah.
The point of the movie is nothing, really.
Is them. It's their ridiculousness behind
Yeah.
the scenes. So I can't remember. I hope I didn't say it while we were watching it or getting ready to watch it or anything like that. But do you know what Ozzy Osbourne has said about This Is Spinal Tap?
No, I don't.
He says he won't watch it. Well, wouldn't watch it because it's too damned real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was. I've heard his quote is something along the lines of, you know, getting lost in the back and fighting with bandmates and, you know, the whole 9 yards is.
Oh, I'd even mentioned that when they were trying to find the stage and they get lost
in the
under...
Cleveland, whatever it is, Cleveland Civic Center, or it doesn't matter. In
Yeah,
Cleveland.
they keep running in circles. They pass the same guy. Must have made a wrong turn,
They
you
get
know?
themselves all pumped up. And they're like, "All right, Cleveland," and then it's the same.
Cleveland,
guy.
where are you?
So funny. I
Yeah.
love it. Excellent, excellent. So now we can watch the second one, and we won't under rock review that one, but we will definitely let you know our thoughts on that
Yeah, we'll check it out.
together because that I believe that's out and available and all of that stuff.
Okay.
All right, that's it. That's your notes on
That's it.
hour and 22 minutes and 10 minutes of a plot line. I get it.
Yeah.
That's just like the band without Nigel. You know, 10 minutes of a plot line. So after every Under a Rock review, we like to ask Naomi some review questions and dig a little deeper at her thoughts on the movie. So it's an older movie. So the cringe level for this movie, on the level of 1 to 10, 10 being like super cringe. I mean, I don't think it's bad as far as like, you know, 2025 and all that stuff, but just the oldness.
I don't know. I'd give it like a 3.5. It ain't bad.
The oldness of the movie is fun. The crowds, like trying to make the big crowds, and you can tell it's just like 20 people.
That and when they make the band or the drummers spontaneously combust, like, technology has come a long way. So now if a drummer on stage spontaneously combusts, it's like, oh my gosh, it looks almost real. This was like, what the hell are they doing?
It was great.
Yeah.
You could tell it was a low budget flick, right?
Yes.
Let's see here. Well, the title of the movie and the movie is sort of moot for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't count.
And the biggest question is, did you like it?
I didn't hate it.
Didn't hate it. Okay.
It's definitely not one of my favorites, but I didn't dislike it. I was pleasantly entertained throughout the whole thing.
So it's Rob Reiner, of course, he made Princess Bride, and Christopher Guest is the Six-Fingered Man, and, all of that stuff. So, of course, I love it because it's that whole crew and everything like that. Oh, what did you know about Spinal Tap? This is Spinal Tap going in.
Just what you have told me over the last couple of months, that it's a movie about a band. Because before that, I didn't even know that much.
And I didn't want to build it up or tell you too much about act, because then it takes you out from under the rock. So that's it. It's just about a band, and it's funny as hell. Your thoughts going in?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I was just kind of open mind, ready for this movie. And I mean, like, even how it started with like, oh, this is like a documentary kind of thing. I was like, oh, okay, we're taking this route. Okay, I
don't know if it was the first mockumentary, but it's like definitely up there as far as OG in that genre.
Sure.
Mockumentary. What surprised you? Anything? Did anything surprise you with Spinal Tap?
No, I don't think so.
No surprises.
There wasn't a lot
there's no
there
there's
to
no
surprise.
Real twists and turns.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Nigel quit the band. Oh my goodness, that caught me so off guard.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger, if you were in your early 20s or something like that?
I think I probably would have thought it was a little bit more funny being younger.
Being younger?
Yeah.
Easier to laugh at the dumber things?
Yeah.
All right, what was your favorite part?
Oh gosh. My favorite part. I don't really...
Can't dust for vomit.
Yeah, I think like the questions. Every time like you had the actual documentary kind of setting where the director was asking questions, because it always just got so goofy and dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he started reading bad reviews, and they're like, nobody said that. And it's like, what? Just answer the question.
They did a great job of, and you've seen other bands, all the bands did that, where they're like trying to be profound, and they're just absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, that ends up happening at the end of the movie too, where they do more of the documented questions, and like it's so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, no, that's just the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, okay. So you didn't think about it before you answered the question.
So what was your least favorite part?
Anything that had to do with the girlfriend. Man, she
right.
like for the movie part of things, she really like gave me a good character to hate.
Oh, yeah.
So she did a fantastic job, but I could not stand her.
I love when you latch onto a character to absolutely just definitely hate.
Yeah. Well, she was one of them.
That's awesome. All right, next question. Would you recommend this to someone else who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, I think you have to watch this movie.
Do you think it'd be more of a travesty if a comedy fan hasn't seen it or a music fan hasn't seen it?
I think more of if a music fan hasn't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because there are other comedies that are on the list of like, as somebody who's big into comedy, you have to see this movie. Spinal Tap, I don't think is that.
I want to start asking people in bands. Every band I meet now, it's.
Have you seen that movie?
Because I forgot. I haven't seen this since Comedy Central, and I was super young and all that. I forgot how just stupid genius it is. So I want to start asking band people that. We should ask all of our band friends that in New Mexico. Would you watch it again?
I probably would watch this one again.
Would you stop and watch if it's on TV?
Probably. That's where I'm going to end up watching
Probably.
it again. Scrolling around and go, oh, okay. I guess I could sit down and watch this for a couple minutes.
Are you happy you watched it?
I am.
Does it hold up?
Yeah, I think it does.
Why?
Just because I can see, bands still having this same struggle.
Not being able to
disagreements.
find the stage.
But yes, I believe that could still be a problem.
I'm sure. I
But
remember,
also, like, the disagreements, like, you could tell that, you had two people that were trying to be, like, head of the band. So I'm sure other bands can relate to that.
I remember asking some people about their most embarrassing moments on stage.
Uh-huh.
Like, what is your most embarrassing moment getting to the stage? Have you ever gotten lost, like Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, that is the end of the Naomi's review questions and her Under a Rock review of This Is Spinal Tap. Thank you for watching a movie that was made in, I don't even remember when it was made. Thank you for watching an old movie that everybody's seen except for you.
That's right. I finally got around to seeing it. Only took, 20 plus some odd years.
A long time.
Yeah.
How about that? All right.
But pretty nice. It's nice to get back into watching the movies and doing the reviews and all of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll fall back into that. Not sure what we have planned coming up, but I know we are going to pick from a couple. I've been wanting Naomi to watch Superman because of the new movie came out over the summer, which I loved, by the way. We also have The Naked Gun, because, again, the reboot came out over the summer, and it is October.
Yes, it's October, spooky season. We need to get some spooky movies in.
Yeah, so that is probably the way we are going to go as we get back into it, which should be next week.
Will be.
At this time.
Will be.
Will be.
Yes.
All right, for sure.
All right, it's time for your thought of the day.
Oh, man, I forgot about this, and I'm going to do it, but we should have thought about it. I should have remembered this. I am not ready for this at all. Thought of the day, it's your thought of the day.
I feel like I could snap along to that
Terrible.
beat there. Perfect. Works great. All right. Thought of the day.
What's the thought of the day?
I figured we'd start with a deep one because why not?
All right.
Being reborn with all your memories would probably suck for a while. Like, as a baby, you're trapped in your own mind. You're not able to do much. Then as a young kid, it would be hard to make friends because you're actually too mature and intelligent for them. And then older people you relate to still won't take you seriously because you're a kid.
Wow, that's you went deep for the thought of the day.
I did.
You went deep and serious.
Yeah.
All right.
Luke, you gonna leave us with a laugh?
I'm gonna do my best. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm still working on a deck of cards that we were doing the last few episodes. So, did you hear about the guy who had his left side cut off?
No.
He's all right now.
That's so stupid.
I went to a seafood disco last week. I pulled a muscle.
That's so stupid.
It's perfectly
I'm not
fitting.
even going to give you like a little chuckle. You don't even deserve one.
Perfectly fitting. I've been playing hurt. I pulled a muscle in my back the other day. So there you go. It's one more? You want one more? You think you can handle it?
Yeah.
What's E.T. short for?
I don't know.
Because he's only got little legs. Yes. I'm so glad we went with the third one. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Oh my God.
All right, don't forget to give us a follow if you are new. Facebook and everywhere, Luke and Naomi on air, and check out the website, which is lukeandnaomi.com. If you do follow us on the socials, be on the lookout for our, random questions because we like to try to solve the world's problems, like spelling the sound a kickball makes.
Well, that's important. But also be checking out our socials over the next couple of days because we did this really cool dinner that we didn't even mention anything
I can't believe
about.
we didn't talk about that.
Yeah,
too.
I'm just
even
realizing
teased that to
this.
a couple people. I totally skipped that.
So
Wow, big shout out to Bill Oakley. Okay.
Yeah, we did this culinary curiosity dinner, which was the 7-course dinner with like regional dishes that you've probably never heard of.
But regional curiosity dishes, like not your, Boston baked beans, like deeper than that.
Yeah. And it was just a fantastic event. And if you don't know, Bill Oakley did some writing for The Simpsons, executive producer for a couple seasons, also Mission Hill, Futurama, just a very funny guy who's very interested in food, So it was really cool. We got the chance to actually meet him and talk with him a little bit. We got to experience this dinner, which was absolutely phenomenal. And we've got some pictures and some more details and all of that, which you'll be able to find that if you've been checking out our website, lukeandnaomi.com.
That's right.
That
All of
post
that
will
stuff
be up there shortly.
is going up there. Bill also did a lot of the Foods That Shaped America on History Channel. If you
That's right.
You might have seen that. So he got really into crazy, different, oddball regional dishes. And it's not like the calf fries. Shout out to all our friends in New Mexico. Not that stuff, which was just great that we didn't have to deal with that.
We never had to try them.
But we did get to talk to Bill for a little bit afterwards, so I geeked out about The Simpsons for a few minutes, which was absolutely wonderful, and talked to him about some Utica food and some New Mexico dishes. He's never had menudo. He knows what it is. But he was really, really cool. That thing was awesome. American Culinary Curiosity Dinner.
Yes.
Hashtag Curiosity Dinner is what you want to check out. But check it out. All the pictures and Naomi's write-up of it, that's coming to the blog post. Should be there sooner rather than later. So absolutely check that out, please. Luke and Naomi on air everywhere. LukeandNaomi.com for our website. But our link is literally everywhere for the website. So
that's
wherever
right.
you find us, if you Google us, Luke and Naomi,
we come up.
We absolutely do. And shout out to our new friends that we did meet at the American Culinary Curiosity Dinner, too. They were awesome. Our table was the best.
It really was.
It really was.
We had the most fun. What a great group of people. Everybody there for their love of Simpsons and trying new foods. It was fantastic.
All right. That's absolutely Rusty. We totally forgot one of the funnest parts of things.
I know that we couldn't wait
just
to talk
the other
about.
day, too. How about that?
Yeah. We just did that a couple days ago, and yeah.
It's cool. This was like a bonus track back in the day when you used to let the CD run and you'd get an extra song that you didn't know about. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, so if you just listened to the review and then turned it off, you would have just missed this whole section.
That's right. All right, back next week with episode 119, some spooky season stuff. And less rusty, yeah, some spooky season stuff too. Until then, have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you, bye.